Right now, at noon, the president's signature on the Epstein Files bill has started a 30-day clock. What could be released and what the Attorney General is saying about next steps. Plus, a Madison-based healthcare company being bought by a global healthcare leader when the deal is expected to close. This is News 3 Now at noon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Josh Spreiter. The Dane County Medical Examiner's Office is releasing the identity of the man killed in a shooting on Madison's north side. He is 25-year-old Jamar Willis of Madison. The shooting happened Monday afternoon on Brentwood Parkway. Officers found Willis in the road suffering from a gunshot wound. He later died at the hospital. On Tuesday, Madison police say they arrested a person of interest in connection with that shooting. The man convicted of a deadly shooting at the troubled Harmony Apartments in 2023 will spend the rest of his life behind bars. This sentencing comes after a retrial for his role in killing Devon Grant. Prosecutors say Devontae Gafford and Mark Parks Jr. went to the Harmony Apartments after a drug deal turned into a robbery. Police found 60 shell casings at the scene. A judge sentenced him to life in prison Wednesday. He may be eligible for extended supervision after serving 45 years. He is not eligible for early release. In the courtroom, emotions ran high.
Hey, you killed everybody in the room. I just wish you would have just came and talked to me. And now when us would be in this predicament we in now. But you chose to do what you thought was best for you. You thought you was the police officer, the judge, and the lawyer. You took matters in your own hands.
We would be sitting here if the boy in this game, when they held him up at gunpoint with some of his kids, okay? We wouldn't be sitting here. That's the point.
The trial for Mark Parks Jr., who's also charged in the murder, has not been finalized. The Department of Justice now has 30 days to release all unclassified Epstein files. This comes after President Trump signed the legislation overnight, despite victims saying they wanted to be present. Here's Natalie Brand.
With the bill to release the Epstein files signed into law, the Attorney General has 1 month to produce unclassified and investigative documents related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and his convicted co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell.
We'll continue to follow the law and to have maximum transparency.
That could include flight logs, interviews, and the names of individuals, including government officials referenced in connection with Epstein's criminal activities and plea agreements. But the legislation also includes a provision that allows the DOJ to temporarily withhold information that could jeopardize any active federal investigation. Last week, President Trump ordered a new probe into Democrats associated with Epstein. Some lawmakers worry that could delay the release of some files.
We think every name should come out. Everything. There should be no cover-up.
Reporters asked Attorney General Pam Bondi what triggered the new probe, despite the DOJ's comments back in July that no additional investigations were warranted.
Information that has come for information. There's information that new information, additional information, and again, we will continue to follow the law, to investigate any leads.
Tom Dupree is a former federal prosecutor.
Obviously, they have had prior investigations. They have had prior criminal proceedings arising from this. So presumably, they've already plowed this ground fairly extensively. That said, it's always possible that new information could come to light.
Epstein survivors have said they want maximum transparency and the entirety of the files, not bits and pieces or mass redactions. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
The 30-day clock to release the files expires on December 20th. The bill calls for the documents to come out in a public and searchable format. Now to a live look at the funeral for former Vice President Dick Cheney. The 84-year-old passed away earlier this month after battling pneumonia along with cardiac and vascular disease. Cheney served in the White House with President George W. Bush for 2 terms between 2001 and 2009. More than 1,000 guests are attending the invitation-only funeral service at the Washington Cathedral. Right now, the Dane County Sheriff's Office is looking for a woman after she removed her GPS bracelet. 42-year-old Laurel Alexander has been declared AWOL. Her last known location was in the East Terrace Drive area in Madison. She may be driving a white 2006 Mitsubishi Lancer. Anyone with information on her whereabouts should call the Dane County Communications Center. Let's get a first check of your first warn forecast with meteorologist Blaze Keller. Kind of gross outside today, Blaze.
I think that's a really good word to kind of describe this foggy, dreary day. It's 44 degrees as we take a live look there on our Edgewater Skycam towards downtown Madison. Somewhere amongst that fog and that drizzle is the Union Terrace. So that fog is going to be sticking around as we go throughout the rest of our afternoon. Certainly more dense fog further to the south. Madison into Monroe, Janesville, we're at about a mile or less visibility. We don't have any current dense fog advisories, but these low-hanging clouds, the drizzle, they're going to be sticking around throughout most of the day today, especially further to the south. And let's plan out the rest of our afternoon. We will be hanging out in the 40s, eventually sliding into those upper 40s to low 50s by later this afternoon. We're going to be dealing with on and off light rain showers as we go overnight or into at least the evening hours. We'll say goodbye to maybe that isolated rain shower chance, and we'll keep that drizzle that we've been dealing with over the last several hours into the rest of your afternoon. Now, Josh, it is Thursday, so we all know what that means. Hopefully I'll be joined by a furry friend here as we go into the full forecast, and they will help me talk about the big cool down that is on the way, set to arrive, of course, in time for Thanksgiving. So what that means and if there's any rain chances or snow chances as well.
All right, Blaze, we'll see you in a bit. Thank you. Some big news from the healthcare sector. Global healthcare leader Abbott says it has reached a $23 billion deal to acquire Madison-based company Exact Sciences. Exact Sciences focuses on early cancer detection and personalized treatments. This move comes after Exact Sciences confirmed to News 3 Now back in August that 4% of its overall workforce was laid off, impacting around 200 positions in Wisconsin. The closing of the deal is expected in the second quarter of 2026, although it is subject to Exact Sciences shareholder approval and other closing conditions. The Bureau of Labor Statistics is releasing the long-delayed September jobs report, and the results are mixed. The U.S. economy added 119,000 jobs in September, an unexpected rebound for the labor market, but unemployment rose to 4.4%, a nearly four-year high. The report was delayed because of the government shutdown. It also shows August's job gains of 22,000 were revised to a loss of 4,000 jobs. At the state capitol, lawmakers are no longer in a rush to legalize sports betting. The assembly casted its last votes of the year and did not take up a bill that would have partially legalized online sports gambling. The legislation would give tribal casinos the ability to own and operate sports betting online if it's run from their physical location. The bill's author says it had the votes to pass, but they are in no rush.
I had a conversation with a couple members over the weekend that brought up some points that I hadn't considered yet, so we're going to work through those, and I expect that we'll be voting on it early next year.
The legislation also faced questions over whether the change in gambling laws should be a constitutional amendment rather than a bill. The bill's author argued there is no constitutional issue with the legislation. The Madison Fire Department is burning down the site of the old Voigt Farm on Milwaukee Street. It's part of a controlled burn training. This helps firefighters learn how to use the technology at their disposal and prepare for real emergencies. Lieutenant Brad Olson tells us what it's like to see a new generation of firefighters participate.
It's awesome. It really is. We have a very young department, and so having opportunities like this where we can get our younger members in, and even some of our older members, they can also mentor the younger members.
They'll be out there through today for training. No traffic impacts, but the city is reminding drivers to proceed with caution in the area. Coming up next on News 3 Now at noon, who Major League Baseball is inking a new media rights agreement with. Plus an update on some recalled infant formula linked to infant.
NVIDIA's latest earnings beat expectations. The tech giant is reporting $57 billion in revenue for the third quarter, as its CEO says its chip sales are off the charts. That's up 22% from last quarter. This week, the Trump administration also announced that it has authorized the export of tens of thousands of NVIDIA chips to companies in Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. The FDA says it's receiving reports that recalled ByHeart infant formula, which is now linked to at least 31 cases of infant botulism, is still being found on store shelves in multiple states and online. The agency says it's working with retailers and state partners to ensure an effective recall. The sick babies were hospitalized across at least 15 states. No deaths have been reported. The FDA and CDC are investigating the outbreak. And Major League Baseball has inked a new 3-year media rights agreement with ESPN, NBC Universal, and Netflix. The deal would allow Netflix to air live baseball coverage for the first time, including the All-Star Week Home Run Derby and the Field of Dreams game. After 35 years, Sunday Night Baseball is set to move from ESPN to NBC Universal. ESPN is getting a midweek games package. The new agreement comes on the heels of what the MLB says was its most watched postseason in 8 years. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Jesse Mitchell.
Here's the stock report at the noon hour. The Dow is down 219 points, NASDAQ down 211, and the S&P 500 down 70 at this hour. Today's farm numbers are up next, and Blaze is tracking the first warn forecast. And later on Live at 4, I'm in the 608 for a preview of the Hilldale holiday tree lighting. Pam Yankey's out of the radio barn at a farm broadcasting convention in Kansas City, so here are your farm numbers. Time now for your certified most accurate forecast in Madison. Here's first warn meteorologist Blaze Keller with our special pet of the week. Who's that, Blaze?
This is Mr. Pluto. Oh. He is so cute. 2 months old. And he's just, hi. He's so adorable. I'm going to probably give him 100 more kisses before we're done with the weathercast today. But he is going to help talk about how it is going to be a pretty quiet weekend. We're still going to be in the 50s. So whether you're going to be cheering on the Badgers or going to be cheering on the Packers, it's not going to be a bad weekend. We are still looking at a little bit more sunshine in time for the second day of the WIAA State Championship here at Camp Randall in downtown Madison. Oh, are you tired? Am I interrupting you, Mr. Pluto? We got a high pressure system moving on in, and that is the reason why we are going to be quiet. This is also going to keep a lot of that green, so that much needed rain off to our south. But it will keep us quiet as we head into the weekend. Now, a low pressure system is going to be moving through parts of Canada on Saturday, maybe squeezing out a little bit of a shower there. Hey, but we are looking at quiet conditions. You're going to interrupt me, aren't you, this entire weathercast, aren't you? Partly sunny as we head into Sunday. Rain totals over the next 7 to 10 days looking pretty minimal. We're looking at the dark green at about 1/4 of an inch of rain, and that's across southeastern parts of Wisconsin, Mr. Pluto. And this comes at a time that we really need the rain. It's the point in the year where we don't see a lot of heavy rain, which is unfortunate because we really could use any and all rain at this point. The latest drought conditions as of Tuesday, Mr. Pluto, showing some pretty bad signs for Wisconsin, to say the least. Now about 56% of Wisconsin is underneath moderate drought conditions, and we saw the biggest increase in the severe drought conditions, so that kind of brown there, especially across northeastern parts of Wisconsin, where we are now at 13% of the state roughly underneath those severe drought conditions. We need any and all rain or snow at this point because the ground is still able to absorb a lot of moisture. It's just not in the cards, at least over the next 7 to 10 days, at least that heavy rain. But what is coming, Mr. Pluto, is the cold. In time for Thanksgiving, take a look at those temperatures dropping as we go Wednesday, Thursday, Thanksgiving, Black Friday shopping into that following weekend. I know you're sad that it's going to get cold, but I'm sure your new home will give you a nice little coat. We're hanging out in the 20s and 30s all throughout the second half of next week, and that cooler than average temperature trend could be sticking around all the way through the middle of December, at least through the first couple of days. There's confidence about 50 to 60% that we're going to be cooler than average. So Pluto, Josh, folks at home, I think once we get into Thanksgiving, we are set to be on the more winter-like kind of trend here. There is a look at your 7 and 10 day forecast. Whew, he's a little hefty boy. How much is he, Lisa? 13 pounds. All right, I got my arm workout for today. There is a look at our 10-day forecast, staying in the 50s all the way through Tuesday of next week. And then, as I mentioned it before, we're cooling on down for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I feel like Pluto does not like that extended forecast.
He shares my sentiment.
Thank you, Blaze. Well, hey, as part of Winter Weather Awareness Week in Wisconsin, the First Warn Weather team is announcing daily winners of our First Warn Weather Shuffle. I've got it in hand right here. Oh, and now you can see it. There it is. The fourth winner is Joy Probst from Watertown. Congratulations to Joy. And tune into News 3 Now live at 4 to meet Loki and hear from his rescue service, ARVSS, and how you can help keep rescue animals safe this winter. And coming up after the break, we're going to learn more about our Pet of the Week from the Dane County Humane Society. Stay with us. Lisa Bernard from the Dane County Humane Society is here with our Pet of the Week, potentially yours Thursday. And boy, we got a cutie today.
Oh, he's very cute. So if you're into planets, even though this is no longer a planet, Pluto.
Pluto! Tell us about Pluto.
Pluto is adorable. He's very silly. He's almost 3 months.
Okay.
He came from Texas last week, and how about we have a treat, bub? And he's snuggly, he's playful, he's curious, he likes to meet people. In fact, that's why we weren't on the sofa yet. He was like,
yeah, he was meeting Savannah. He's very friendly.
Very friendly.
And you said on the way here that he kind of just took a nap in the car, so he's a good car companion.
Yes, he did pretty well in the car. He whined a little bit at first, and then he's like, fine, I'll just take a nap.
Yeah.
So, but he's super sweet, treat motivated, so that'll help with training. He has lots to learn because he's still a puppy. And we're learning also about teething.
Oh, yeah.
So what is an appropriate thing to chew on? Not me.
Oh, he's so tired.
But he's such a cutie and a snuggle bug, and we adore him, and we think his family will too, yeah.
What kind of a family do you think would suit him well?
I think any family who wants to take on training a puppy, because you need patience for that and a lot of repetition, a lot of treats. But what you get out of it, that
you got a little scratch
is
down
going to
there?
be so amazing.
Yeah.
He's going to love adventures. He's going to love snuggles and playtime. So lots of that too.
He's got such a good color.
I was going to say, he kind of looks like a little dingo.
Yes, I am.
Like a little dingo.
I can see it now. I can see it now.
Lots of energy. So, as Josh and you had mentioned, a family that's going to really like to just run around with him and wear him out.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, he's so cute.
And then he'll be a great snuggler.
Oh, yes, until he grows up and he's going to be too big to be a lap dog. But for a couple months, you can't resist. Oh, look at him.
Just don't let him watch your forecast.
No, he did not like the forecast.
He did not like it.
No.
He was very sympathetic about the drought.
Live TV for you.
He was. He's got some things to take care of there.
Oh gosh. Well, what a perfect time to get Pluto though this time of the year, right?
Yes, it's a great time to add
of course.
an animal to your family.
Yes. Oh, he wants that treat in your hand.
And
Who doesn't want a treat?
And he's so soft.
He is. He's very soft, very sweet. He loves to give kisses.
All right. Well, thank you, Lisa. We're going to find Pluto a home.
Yes, we.
Well, hey, Thanksgiving's next week, then Black Friday and Small Business Saturday on November 29th. You can support local by shopping the Dane County Humane Society thrift stores with clothing, home goods, furniture, and more. Plus, Bucky Books, DCHS gear, and gift cards good at both locations and the main shelter. And, of course, all those proceeds help animals in need. Then join DCHS on December 2nd for Giving Tuesday as they share new beginning stories online. Hey, great news for last week's pets. Kittens Panda, Spot, and Snowball have all been adopted.
Oh, I love.
We had our hands full last week, Blaze.
I saw
you missed
guys had
out.
I was going to say a whole gang of them, but a litter. That's
A litter.
what a group of cats are called.
hey, if you're interested in adopting Pluto or checking out other animals at Dane County Humane Society, just go to giveshelter.org. And yeah, I mean, we heard Pluto whining. It's not really a great forecast out there.
Yeah.
For now,
it's going to be a little bit on the foggy and cooler side. But if we take a look at that 7-day, we are going to start to see some sunshine as we head into the weekend. I know Friday is the second day of the WIAA State Football Championship, so we will see a little bit more sunshine, sunny conditions, and back into the 50s for the weekend. We got the Badger game, Packers going on. Next week, obviously, is Thanksgiving. It will be fine up until probably Wednesday, and then we will cool on down with maybe a few snowflakes as we're sitting back with family and friends on Thanksgiving.
All right, thanks for watching News 3 Now at noon. Coming up next is The Bold and the Beautiful. We're back at 4. Come get Pluto. Again, DCHS.